Hello, bienvenue, guten Tag, willkommen. Easy Restorations. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Yes, I know it's early in the video for asking for subscriptions, but it's free. Doesn't cost you a bean, does it? Right, on my channel, I like to take things that are broken and or past the sell by day, just about to die, inanimate objects, and I like to breathe a bit of my coffee breath into them and make them shine again, or at least function. My last job was the VW Touran DSG gearbox. Yes, I managed to get it done and it works. And the wife she's never in. She's always out in the flipping car. She's loving it. Right. What have we got today? Well, it's a little bit of a, it's one of them. It's one of my Lidl's purchases. It's a Parkside. I have many Parkside tools now. Overall, what do I think of Parkside tools? I'm giving them a thumbs up because I have, like I say, at least 12, 13 different tools ranging from angle finders to vernier gauges to drills, etc., and bearings and things like that, and drill bits and whatnot. So yeah, overall, jolly good. Stop waffling easy. I can't help it. It's where I am. Right, so what we're looking at, let's have a look at it. This is the beastie. I bought this good 10 years ago. Okay, it's the Parkside. Yeah, it's one of them. The PABSW 10.8 B2. What that basically means is it's a 10.8 volt battery. Okay, battery's inserted, as you can see, and we've got a little battery MI charged-ometer on the back, the little button, and it does nothing. Okay, so if we pull the trigger, obviously forward and reverse, and we've got a little light there, so let's get that into forward or reverse. Even the light shines no sign of life whatsoever, so this thing is effectively dead. Now you try and search online for this battery. I'll tell you why that came out. It's because I've already taken out the two screws in the end there. On this end, it just says that there is no indication of what this battery is until you get to here. And if you Google DCBK-70 AccuPack, basically I think there's one place in America that sells them. Basically, I mean, I'm here in the UK, right? One place in America, and they're out of stock, and they're about $33 or something like that. So it's probably $300 to ship it. Now, Parkside, in their infinite wisdom, I think I'm right in saying that a couple of years later, or even only a year later, they bought out the 12 volt system. I think this was dedicated just to their, quote me, blip blop down the bottom, guys. If you have another 10.8 volt Parkside tool, that will be handy. But oh yes, I had the lathe as well, didn't I? I'm going to give that a If you want to see the video, click down the bottom on my library of thingies and kind of have a giggle at that. Okay, so like I say, remove the two screws. Like I say, I can't find one, not for love nor money. If you type in Parkside, whatever it is, they do a 12 volt one. They changed it to 12 volt. Everything is 12. They actually do a series of these mini batteries, like different tools. So what I liked about this tool is not only was it a hexagonal driver, like so you could put all your little mini sockets in there and screwdrivers, and it is a bit of a beast, I've got to say. You've got a one clutch up to 17, and the drill bit locks it into never die mode. Right, 2 gears, forward and reverse, battery LED indicator. That's about it on the torch. Now the chuck just goes on and clicks around, and then you have a full proper working 3-jawed chuck, which goes onto there, turns this whole thing into a drill. And the reason I am not just going to toss this in the bin is A, because I like to try and fix things. B, I hate landfill. And C, the little mini chuck closes up that tight, it can take the smallest, tiniest drill bit that's in my assortment of drills. My other battery drills, I've got Milwaukee, and I have got the Einhell range impact and driver on both Milwaukee and Einhell. Neither of them close up tight enough to grip hold of this little tiny drill bit, of which I use quite regularly to break things, try and fix things. So I need to get this little beauty going, because it's such a weight to it. It's a cracking little piece of kit, and I have used this for many years. What I failed to recognise is here in the UK we have relatively cold winters, and it wasn't only like 8 or 9 years ago I realised these should not stay outside in your shed over winter, because the coldness kills lithium-ion batteries, and that's basically what's in there. Let's take a look. So I basically killed my own battery. So we undid the 2 screws, okay, pop them over there, and that leaves you with this configuration, which is quite complex. We got lots of little electrochemic bits and pieces here. We got resistors, we got capacitors, we got diodes, all sorts of stuff. So if I pull that out of there, being careful not to touch any of this with my tongue, because there still may be voltage in these old cells. So basically it's made up of these 3 cells. Right, I'm just going to pause up there and go and get another one cell so you can see what I'm talking about. Here we go. So basically they are 18650s. See, 18650s. Where is it? There. Come on, focus. 18650 lithium ion 3.7 volt batteries. That's where that builds up. So that should actually be 11.1 volts, shouldn't it? 3 of those. Anyway, I have 2 different flavors here. I have that one, 9,900 milliamp hours. I doubt it is that, but what make is that one? Skywolf-I, unbelievable. So 9,900 milliamp hours. This one is a bit more realistic. This is 3,000 milliamp hours, and made by Calorix. Don't know if that's I say it's a Chinese brand, but it's all. At least this one's got low discharge rate, no memory effect, low reoccurring operation costs. Sheath life around 10 years. Don't you mean shelf life? Around 10 years. Environmentally friendly. My nose hair. Note, disposability. Run out of battery will cause harm to battery. Will cause harm the battery to death. So there you go. Don't be murdering your batteries, because you could probably get arrested. I have lots of these different things. If you'll notice on any battery, even a AA battery, AAA battery, you will have miniature tiny little holes. Whether it be lithium ion, NiCad, normal cadmium, whatever, you will have vent holes around this positive anode. Do you know why that is? Right, I'll tell you. Okay, they give off gas. Every single battery gives off a gas, hence the vents. So when they say lithium ion, it is not, what was the word they use? They're environmentally friendly. They're really not, are they? No battery is really environmentally friendly. Right, so what I need to do now, I have actually, what have I done to this so far? I have brushed the top of this, because it was pink, little pink scabby scaly bits all around the place. By that I mean like something has oozed out of various orifices on this PCB, not the batteries. Well, not as far as I know. So to break this down, I need to basically desolder all these cables that go to it. So you've got the positive there, and you've got the negative. That's a common. We've got another positive there, and lots of negatives and stuff. So I'm going to have to take photographs of this to see which way they go round. Okay, like I say, you've got positive terminal there, you've got a negative terminal there, and that third one is like, I don't know, is it temperature? Don't know, I would have thought temperature to tell the charger whether or not to cut off from charging or to continue. At the moment, I'm getting both of those flashing together, which is so hence me taking this apart. Well, I did try to find another battery. They're $33, but you can't get them because no one's got any, and they're in another country. So I thought about getting the 12-volt one. It looked very similar. This casing looked exact. You can see the polarities there. You can see, they literally looked absolutely identical. The only thing different with the 12-volt battery is you see that guide there, which slots into that guide there. With the 12-volt battery, has another one there, again with another groove mirroring that one there. So I would either have to, no, see, it's not worth it, is it? This is a 10.8 volt battery, 3.15 amp. Doesn't say anything about 12 volt. It says 12 watt, but not 12 volt. So I'm not even going to go down that route. Plus the batteries are about 25 quid. So I've been across all these little resistors and capacitors and things with my tester on various settings for what they do, and I can't really find an issue. I can't find a problem. If you look at this chip very closely, let me get a pointer. Look at that for a brush. Isn't that a beauty? Very fine brush. If you look at this chip here, you'll notice a little, get on with it, a little silver blob right there. And if we just orientate this around the other side, again, you will see another little blob there. Now, with the naked eye, I thought, oops, it's gotten hot and a little bit of solder's just bridged across those four to this side, to that side, four terminals. So I've got my mini camera out, my little microscope, which plugs into my phone via USB, and they are actually supposed to be bridged, those two, according to my porcupines. My mince pies were zoomed right in, because on the PCB, I don't know why they've covered this green PCB in white paint and then put the lettering on it, but underneath that it is green, and those two little legs that come off that chip, they actually go to each other in a U-bend underneath the white paint. So it's definitely supposed to be there. Right, so I am going to, after 15 minutes of absolute boring waffle, hurrah, you cry, I'm going to desolder these. I'm going to take the positive off first, and that one, and then I will endeavour to remove however many. I think it's 3, 1, 2, and 1 on the other side. Where are we? There. I'll remove all those. I will attempt to test each cell using my little tester. Now, I have tested the red and the black, the positive and the minus or negative, and it is 5.3 volts when it should be 10.811. Now, this charger is saying to me that I plug it in, it recognises that it's well under charge, therefore it's saying no, you can't charge it. It could explode or catch fire. So I will test each. So it might be that just one cell has popped, and 2 all right, or 1's okay and 2 are popped, or whatever it is. If that's the case, I will just replace the one that isn't good with one of these other spare ones. I will test these, obviously. Okay, so there we go. It's an 18650. What, this is a 1300 milliamp. So I really need to get something, unless I change all three, I'm going to need to get something very close to that. Otherwise, this circuitry won't be happy if these are drawing, what was that, 3000 milliamp hours, or even this one, 999 squillion trillion milliamp hours. Because everything's a thing for a reason, isn't it? 3.6 volt. Well, these are 3.7s, aren't they? Yeah. We've gained a point of a volt. So, yeah, 2010. So you can see these actually 13 years old. These must have been on the shelf for a little while before Muggins here picked it up. I wish I'd just waited, but here's a good bit of kit. All right, there we go. Enough waffle. Let's get desoldering and see if I can blow things up. Set fire to my hair. Oh, drop a like, please, and subscribe. Hi, Easy back again. Part 3 of this little tiny mini episode of trying to fix this flipping Parkside 10.8 volt drill. Great little thing. You can either use it as a socket drill, your little, your hex points in there, sockets or screwdrivers, or you can put the chuck on the end of it, which is in the shed, and use it as a drill for very tiny drill bits. Right, where are we with it? Well, I fannied around with the battery. I took the end, I desoldered the positive and negative, and I also desoldered that positive. Okay, right, so I made loads of photos of it, and as you can see, I have put in a 3.7 lithium ion, 6,800 milliamp hours. Take that with a pinch of salt. That's probably nearer this one, 1,1300 milliamp hours. So that's probably on par with it. But there we are. There we go. It was they were spot welded on, as they are, those little plates on the end there. So I've managed to just jimmy my flat bladed screwdriver, and unfortunately that one stayed there. That one stayed on there, but this one popped off, and all I did was basically drop a bit of solder. Obviously these ends weren't on. I should have filmed it as I did it, but I really wasn't expecting anything. Okay, so yeah, these two cells, they were at 2.99 volts each, and this one registered absolutely 0. I can just show you that. Let's get on DC for direct current. Okay, where are we? Minus. And positiveness. Absolutely dead as a dodo. And if we do those two, they are 2.99 volts each. So always 3 volts each, as opposed to 3.6. So anything above 2.75 volts will charge. Anything below that will not charge. So, because these are wired in series, because that one cell was absolutely crackered, wouldn't work. So there we go. Right, let's put that back down there. Let's slot this back into it. The only issue I came across after I put the red insulation pads back in was that if you look at these batteries, the originals, there is no real positive, no nipple sticking up where the positive end is. You've got the negative flat, positive's normally a bump, isn't it? But this donor battery, of which I know isn't brilliant quality, but it still holds 3.7 volts, so that's good. Yeah, you got the nipple sticking up, so it sort of holds off this top panel a little bit, and I thought that might be an issue, but let's just pop it back in there and see how it goes. Right, what's stopping that? Anything or nothing? Ah, that little bit there. Let's just move that round a bit, push that in whilst we push it down. Right, as long as I can get to those two screw holes on the top there, I think I'm all right, aren't I? Right, we've got that shape on there, so I guess it's that way. Okay, is that right? That's about right, doesn't it? Oakley dokley. Put one of the screws back in there. Now, I'd looked online, I'd searched everywhere. I think I said in my last video, or last clip, that these are available in America, the 10.8. Over here in the UK, all went to 12 volt. Now, I'm trying to do these up with one hand. I don't want to cut the video because people will go, oh, you cheated. No, I didn't. I never cheat. I either do it or I fail. Yeah. Okay, I think that one's nipped up enough just to check it. Right, here's the little charger. Before, it was doing green light. When you put battery in, both would flash, which would donate broken battery. Which was right, because it was broken battery. Right, let's turn the light off. So we've got flashing green, which is plugged in. Let's take the battery. Where's the little groove there? So that goes in that little slot there. Let's plug that in. Oh, permanent red is charging. Whoop-de-doo. Now, I don't think that's going to take an awful lot of charging because the other two are on 3 volts each virtually. And this is a 3.7 volt as opposed to 3.6. So that gives us 9.6 straight away. And this runs on 10.8. So, I reckon it's not going to be long, you know, before that goes green. Talk amongst yourselves. There, so I did actually think I'm going to end up throwing all this lot in the bin. Just, you know, you had to go ET and you failed, doesn't matter, you know, so what. But I thought, yeah, I've never done anything like that before, messed around with batteries, especially lithium batteries. They are dangerous. I don't recommend anybody really fanning around with them unless you really know what you're doing. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing with that DSG gearbox, did I? But managed to get there in the end, didn't we? And I've still got all 10 fingers, 8 fingers and 2 thumbs. Keep checking that, make sure it's still red, which it is. So yeah, I don't even know if the drill works, to be fair, because I've only been using the chuck as a truck key for my pillar drill, which is shit. I must. If you're going to buy tools, guys, don't go for the black spur type. You know, what other ones are there? Well, not Silverline as such, but you know, Rolson. You know what I'm saying? It's you buy tools. You buy them once if you've got a tight budget. Obviously, buy what you can afford. Me going through life, I've accumulated tools over the years. Obviously, doing bits and pieces. And soldering equipment, etc., that kind of stuff. And slowly but surely, as an item's broken, which is part of the course because I couldn't afford the good ones, I bought the shit ones. If I'm still alive, if it hasn't killed me, this broken tool, I would then go out and buy a better quality tool. So yeah. Anyway, well that's still charging. And give it, oh, as it's actually in there, I can do this screw up, can't I? Fuss about nothing. Let's get a bit of light on. So yeah, I don't want to do these up too tight. Let's just nip it up. I'm just glad that all went back on there. All right, that's good, isn't it? Okay, good as gold. Should we just plug it in, see if it works? Shall we? We just plug it in. Ooh, Christ, 8 minutes already. Okay, let's just plug it in. Let's just plug it in. Which way round is it? That way. Okay, moment of truth. Hey, I'm overly happy with that. Got 2 speeds, high and low, and we got all those settings there. Right, what does the battery indicator say? Let's have a little look. Hey, I do believe the top green one is illuminating, isn't it? Yeah. Right, I'm going to chalk that up as a win. I'm getting good at this shit, ain't I? Thought this was a piece of junk going to go in the bin, more landfill stuff. But no, we brought it around because of one broken cell. I'm chuffed to pieces. There we go. It's a win. If you like what you see, if you like my videos, please hit the like button because it does help. If you're not subscribed, why not? It's free. It doesn't cost you a penny. Click the subscribe button, please. It makes my numbers go up. Therefore, the algorithms go north. And then the king comes round in his carriage with a huge treasure chest of gold bars. And I'm talking bollocks as usual. Guys, nice to see you. Thank you for your comments. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you again next time when I'm attempting to sharpen a pencil. Right, catch you later.